This farmer sold everything he had to get his son to college. A dragon-like sunrise cloud captured over Mount Fuji, touching North America and Europe at the same time. The coast of New Zealand has very strong winds, so the trees here have learned to grow sideways. Window cleaners dress up as superheroes to cheer up patients at children's hospitals. In 1985, the police sent free Super Bowl tickets to wanted criminals just to arrest them when they arrived to the stadium. Jose Mujica was the poorest president on earth. He donated 90% of his salary to charity. The ascent to Mount Everest begins at night. A fierce comparison between the jaws of a grey wolf and a spotted hyena. An Angora rabbit, the fluffiest rabbit breed. The International Space Station crew watching Star Wars in space. The size comparison between the Titanic and a modern cruise ship is mind-blowing. How the weather in Slovenia changed in one day. The difference between the rich and the poor in Brazil. The importance of a single tree. Brazilian photographer captured the feelings people experience after drinking a glass, 2 or 3 of wine. The Statue of Liberty was made with copper, but due to oxidation, it changed to green. The effectiveness of camouflage. Taking pictures of wiggly babies is tricky, especially if their mothers aren't holding them. The Victorian solution? Cover the mother with a blanket and pretend she wasn't there. Photographer Jason Reinhardt takes one-in-a-lifetime photo of a lightning bolt framed by a double rainbow. Ghost ships. Ships found abandoned with no sign of the crew. Still occur even with modern methods of rescue, safety, and communication. The last recorded ship to be found with no sign of life was in January 2021, just in case somebody needs to call off work tomorrow. In Nevada, beavers have restored this desert river to a vibrant wetland that supports wildlife even in a drought. Before and after. Hostile architecture is a design strategy supposedly used to prevent homeless people from sleeping on it. Canadian passport when held under UV light. This is so cool. Even their passports are nice. US Route 50 in Nevada, famously known as the loneliest road in America. This is the last photo ever taken of Marco Siffredi, right before he tried to snowboard down Mount Everest. Japanese passerby surround drunk people with water/drinks to rehydrate themselves and play innocent. Same spot, same guys, but a different era. A family with their cat wearing masks during the Spanish flu. A close-up picture of the face of a species of longhorn beetle. Chinese workers smashed through the Great Wall of China in order to cut some time off their morning commute, just in case you didn't realize how massive a nuclear explosion is. Damn. Red, Mount Everest. Blue, Mount Fuji. Green, Empire State Building. Did you know what humans see and what birds see? A close-up shot of a tiger's tongue. It's so sharp. The evolution of Dubai. I wonder how many years these photos are split apart. Viginella, a small village in the Italian Alps, built its own sun using an ingenious system of mirrors. Early photographs show what Mickey Mouse looked like in the 1930s. A model wore a gown covered in 98,000 Swarovski crystals from head to toe. The small strings inside bananas are called phalone bundles. They have an important purpose. They distribute nutrients throughout the fruit. I don't like eating them, they taste funky. In zero gravity, flames burn like blobs instead of teardrops. Did you know your eyes don't actually work as soon as you're born? This is what a baby can see from 1 meter at different stages. 3 days, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, at 1 year. Elephants stay cancer-free as they have 20 copies of a key tumor-fighting gene. Humans just have 1. Tree cut in half in neighborly dispute becomes popular tourist attraction in England. It even has its own Google reviews. This guy sold his business, MySpace, for $580 million, retired, and solely focused on his passion for photography. To me, this beats every success story. How sodas looked when they were first released. He alone has more Olympic gold medals than 162 countries. The back of the Mona Lisa photographed on the occasion of the annual verifications to prove the painting is real and has not been stolen. Hemp is extremely heat resistant. This is a wool made of hemp heated at 360 degrees Celsius for 4 hours with almost no effect. Mountain gorilla Nudgasi passes away as she lays in the arms of her rescuer and caregiver of 13 years. Isidore Strauss, co-owner of Macy's. He and his wife lost their lives on the Titanic after refusing a lifeboat to prioritize women and children. This is how enemy aircrafts were detected before the invention of radars. While filming Tokyo Drift, they couldn't get a permit to film a scene. They filmed it anyway, and the studio hired a fall guy to claim to be the director and spend a night in jail. When Volvo invented the 3-point seatbelt in 1959, they made the patent free for all competitors to use in order to save lives because it had more value as a free life-saving tool than something to profit from. In Japan, Bob the Builder has an additional 5th finger on the character's hand. The reason for this is that having only 4 fingers implies they are a member of a subclass, or the feared mafia, the Yakuza. X-ray of Nikola Tesla's foot, taken by himself using a machine he designed in 1896. This is Emperor Nero's 2,000-year-old bathtub. It's made of porphyry, an extremely rare rare Egyptian marble that if you were to acquire that much of it today, it would cost around $1 billion. Check out this reusable grocery list from the 1950s. This is probably sold to like millions of people. You must get mustard, you must get catsup, you must get cereal cheese. Dude, a monolithic church in Ethiopia that is carved into a sandstone cliff at 25,000 meters. Its entrance is marked by a red circle. Reaching it requires a steep, challenging climb. The church is known for its wall paintings, believed to date from the 10th to the 15th century. In 2005, graffiti artist David Cho was offered $60,000 to paint murals at Facebook headquarters. He chose to take the compensation in stock, eventually being worth more than $200 million. Know the difference? Lunar eclipse, solar eclipse, apocalypse. The 600-year-old painting is one of the most mysterious in history. Imagine stumbling across one of these sculptures. Located in a French nature reserve, the eyes of a white helmet-shrike bird resembles a sunflower. Cities in South Korea have plastic rolling barriers as opposed to steel ones. When a collision occurs, cars roll down the barrier, which reduces the chances of a car flipping over to the other side. What the inside of indigenous underground homes look like. This is Point Nemo, the spot farthest away from any land in the world. You are closer to astronauts aboard the ISS than humanity. Biodiversity in the garden. Northern cardinals, the romantic birds that mate for life, travel together, sing before nesting, and feed each other seed beak to beak during courtship. In 2014, before going to jail, rapper Gucci Mane gave his girlfriend Keisha all the money he had left, and I think she grew it as well. It was like from 3 million to 7. Crazy. In 2017, there was a global search to find a mate for Jeremy, a rare left quilling snail. A mother on a 10-hour flight from Seoul to San Francisco handed out over 200 goodie bags to fellow passengers. The supermarket in Montreal has a 29,000 square foot rooftop garden where they harvest organic produce and sell it in their store. A Singapore coffee shop created the Sweet Little Rain, where steam from a hot drink melts a cotton candy puff, making it rain sweetness into the cup. Pig eye versus human eye. I don't like how similar it looks. Maybe we're pigs after all. I mean, some people are pigs. Murphy, a disabled bald eagle, became famous after he attempted to hatch a rock. In 2023, the keepers of his sanctuary replaced his rock with an orphaned eaglet, allowing Murphy to finally become a real parent. Red sprites are a rare and fascinating form of lightning that occurs above storm clouds. Irrawaddy dolphins are found in coastal areas in South and Southeast Asia. They live in a 118-mile stretch of the Mekong River. Just 92 individuals are estimated to still exist. This is what kidney stones look like under electron microscope. Different shades of light. Warm white, natural white, and cool white. A dolphin's fin versus a human's hand. Well, this doesn't explain why dolphins are messed up creatures. The trigeminal nerve is the chief sensory nerve of the face. This visualization shows why toothache is often linked to headache. Picture of 1 cubic millimeter of brain. Full scan of 1 cubic millimeter of brain tissue that took 1.4 petabytes of data, the equivalent of 14,000 4K movies. Manatees can regulate their buoyancy by farting. They eat a ton of plants, accumulating a lot of methane. They can then release gas when they want to sink and hold it in when they want to go to the surface or are being polite. There, that's a thing you know now. A German company that sells cleaning equipment used its pressure washers to create a giant image of Godzilla on the Wayakawauchi Dam in Saga Prefecture, Japan. Designed by Turkish artist Mehmet Ali Usul, this giant clothespin sculpture that seems to be holding onto a mound of dirt and grass resides on the outskirts of Belgium. This is how a bald eagle's appearance changes with age. So half a year, 1.5 years, 2.5 years, 3.5 years, 4.5 years, definitive plumage. Narnia is a 3-year-old tomcat with a two-tone face, split by a single line through the middle. Today, he is the father of 2 children, Phoenix and Prada, who took their color from either side of Narnia's face. Egg boiling times versus results. Visualized. A simpler time. Tonight, the Simpsons meet Homer's long-lost brother. He can't be a Simpson. A Greek 1 euro coin of today is adorned by the same motif as the single Tentridation of Athens from the period 425 to 400 BC. Olympus Mons, Mars, has the tallest mountain in the solar system. A family of Exoloitsukunitilai, or Zolos for short. They are regarded as one of the oldest dog breeds. Hello Kitty is not a cat. She's a British 3rd grader with a twin, according to Sanrio. The voices behind Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse actually got married in real life. Be nice to people. You see, everyone has their own life, which is weird to think about. This person's rushing to the hospital. This person just got accepted to their dream college. They're going to visit their mum for the weekend. What about the car where it says they're going to make the biggest mistake of their life? That could happen. That has happened. Old MiG-15 engines are being reused by Russian forces to melt down snow from airfields and aircraft carriers by fitting them into heavy trucks. A slideshow of what everyday life used to look like in the United States. History pictures you've never seen before. Very threatening police car. fact, that probably goes very quick. A public school recently found a student's purse that was lost in the 1950s. This is the shadow of a tree during an eclipse. Historical figures when they were younger. Inside a mechanical calculator. So this is 5% of the world's population and 5% of the world population in red. Lioconcha hieroglyphia is a species of saltwater clam that looks like it has hieroglyphics written all over it. You sure this isn't like some wrapped up ancient Egyptian thing? Know your tire problem. Suspension issue, insufficient air pressure, excessive air pressure, balancing issue, alignment issue. Bro, either broke or you want to die. Meet the Bhutan tribe. The inhabitants of the island of Bhutan in southeast Sulawesi developed characteristic blue eyes. What is now the fully developed Las Vegas Strip back in 1955. This photo was published in Life magazine captioned, "Asking price for property reflects high-pitched optimism in Las Vegas. Hotel site for sale, $3 million. Well, yeah, $3 million back in 1955. Not many people could still afford that, even if it was a really good investment. This is Ralph Lincoln, the 11th generation cousin of Abraham Lincoln. Enormous Hungarian swords from the 14th century are currently exhibited at the Topkapi Palace Museum in Istanbul. The centerpiece, notable for its size, measures an impressive 270 centimeters in length. You're telling me there weren't giants in the 14th century? Okay. Chicma, Peru is renowned for its left point break, creating exceptionally long left peeling waves due to its ideally positioned headland that shapes incoming swells into a bay. Termites are being researched as a possible renewable energy source, as they can produce up to 2 liters of hydrogen from ingesting a single sheet of paper, making them one of the planet's most efficient bioreactors. Extremely dense spiderweb on an aloe vera plant. My 15-foot candelabra cactus. Bought it 25 years ago for $1 at Home Depot. It was only about 8 inches when I got it. Wow. Now it's at least 9 inches. Yeah, and your ceiling is very high. These man-made sculptures were made thousands of miles and hundreds of years apart, yet they depict the same figure. A complete tattoo pain chart. Yeah, I'm kind of, some parts I'm surprised about, like, you know, when actually, no, your ribs, obviously that's gonna hurt. Your elbow, okay. I definitely know why one area would hurt. Some respectful tips for police encounters. When stopped by police, remember these lines. Officer, am I free to go? Officer, I don't consent to any searches. Officer, I want to speak with a lawyer. Okay, this is just good advice. You guys just take a screenshot of this if you're a criminal. The evolution of Batman by year. I did not know Batman Ninja was a thing. Batman Beyond looks really cool. And Zoe Ann, like the purple and red, very cool. 1940s just looks like Fat Man. He's not even Batman, he's just a fat man. This is just one photograph. I can't tell which side I prefer. Left looks like a lovely walk, and the right would be a nice walk, but you might get run over. I mean, like, I want to go in the field on the left. I wouldn't mind going swimming, but FBI agent Robert Hansen was tasked to find a mole within the FBI. Robert was the mole and had been working with KGB since 1979. His espionage was described by the Department of Justice as possibly the worst intelligence disaster in US history. The man who died without knowing what a woman looked like. Poor guy, or lucky guy. Emotionally lucky, physically unlucky. This pill is actually a camera used by doctors to take thousands of photos of the patient's digestive tract from the inside. It even has its own LED lights. Knowing that's inside me just recording. Famous last meals on death row. Who's that? Jeffrey Dahmer? He had mint chopped chip ice cream. You like that ice cream? You're a freak. It's not very good. It tastes like toothpaste.
It doesn't taste like toothpaste.
Yes, it does! If someone cuts down a tree for their view in Australia, government installs a sign to block the view. This vegetation has been illegally vandalized. Okay, but hear me out. If they're going to illegally cut down a tree, shouldn't Australia just, like, 1, lock them up? I guess it depends how many trees and the severity of it if they knew it was illegal. 2, wouldn't they just take this sign down? Now you know who you're actually buying from. Turns out you're buying from these big companies. Coca-Cola, PepsiCo, etc. Not surprised. The teeth of a crab-eater seal. Are they called crab-eater seals because they eat crabs, or that's just their name? I'm looking this up because crab-eater seal. Do they eat crabs? Oh, they don't actually eat crabs. Wait, then why are they called that? Why are crab-eater seals called crab-eater? Oh, it's from the German word krebs. Okay, cool. We learned something.
Yippee!
I'm just gonna forget that in 2 minutes. George Hackenschmidt, the first recognized world heavyweight wrestling champion, inventor of bench press and the hack squat, fought 3,000 matches and only lost 2 times. He could also speak 7 languages fluently and became a noted author, speaker, and philosopher. Honestly, if I was born in like the 1800s, 1700s, and I could, write, I would just lie. I would just say, yeah, Johnny, he was a great guy. He knew the secrets to the universe. He fought 10,000 men and never lost. He actually fought bare hands with a tiger to save his wife, and somehow he won. And he wore the tiger's tooth as a chain. Like, bro, come on. Who's gonna fact check that? But don't worry, George. You're not like me. I believe you. I just think that's what I would do because it would be so funny.